Level 1 Ribcage. The Susanoo's evolution begins with its most basic manifestation, the Incomplete Skeletal Susanoo, or the Ribcage form. This early stage appears as a glowing chakra skeleton surrounding the user, usually in hues of blue or purple depending on the wielder. While it lacks the intimidating grandeur of later forms, its simplicity hides its true purpose: survival. This skeletal exoskeleton acts as an emergency defense system, perfect for split-second reactions when danger strikes. Sasuke first used it at the Five Kage Summit to withstand the Raikage's powerful assaults. Despite looking underwhelming compared to grand defensive jutsu like Rashomon, the Ribcage's efficiency lies in its low chakra consumption and instant deployment. It requires minimal mastery of the Mangekyō Sharingan, making it accessible even to users still adjusting to their newfound ocular power. However, its limitations are clear. The Ribcage form offers no offensive capabilities and provides protection only to the user's immediate body. Against high-level opponents or large-scale attacks, it can only delay defeat, not prevent it. Strategically, it serves best as a quick defensive maneuver while conserving chakra or setting up a stronger counterattack. Think of it as the training wheels of the Susano'o evolution, a necessary foundation for mastering higher stages. While far from invincible, this form represents the starting line of one of the most iconic powers in shinobi history. Every towering warrior, after all, begins with a first step. And for the Uchiha, that step begins within this glowing ribcage of chakra. Level 2 One-Armed Ribcage Susanoo. The next stage in Susanoo's evolution is the One-Armed Ribcage Susanoo, a crucial upgrade that elevates the technique from a basic defense to a genuine combat tool. While it retains the ribcage structure, this version adds a full skeletal torso and a single functional arm, turning the glowing exoskeleton into something that can both shield and strike. Its color still matches the user's chakra signature, but its appearance now resembles a tangible, humanoid form rather than a hollow chakra barrier. This form represents the Susanoo's first step toward balanced offense and defense. The ribcage is notably tougher, able to endure heavier impacts, while the arm introduces long-awaited counterattack potential. During Sasuke's fight with Danzo at the Samurai Bridge, we saw this in action. He used the arm to seize and lift Danzo without moving his own body, showcasing the form's stability and power. Its main advantage lies in versatility. The user gains protection, reach, and moderate striking ability without burning through excessive chakra, like the later full body stages. However, it's still limited. To throw a powerful punch, the user must move with the Susanoo's momentum, making attacks more predictable. Its range remains short, and agile opponents can exploit these gaps. Strategically, the one-armed ribcage Susanoo shines in close combat, ideal for conserving chakra while maintaining battlefield control. It bridges the gap between defense and offense, a defining milestone in mastering the Mangekyō Sharingan and the path toward complete Susanoo perfection. Level 3 Skeletal Susanoo. Advancing from the one-armed variant, we reach the Skeletal Susanoo, the stage where the technique truly becomes menacing. This form completes the full skeletal frame, featuring 2 arms and a fearsome skull-like head that radiates intimidation. The biggest leap forward lies in offense. The user can now strike and grab from a comfortable mid-range distance, maintaining safety while unleashing power. No more clumsy close-up punches. This version swings with precision and deadly intent. The power boost is staggering. During Sasuke's fight against Danzo, his skeletal Susanoo crushed Danzo effortlessly. Only Izanagi saved him from being obliterated. Defensively, this complete skeleton can endure impacts that would have shattered earlier forms, achieving an exceptional balance between attack and protection. Tsunade might have shattered Madara's ribcage Susanoo, but against the full skeleton, not a chance. With greater mobility, users finally control the pace of combat, dictating distance and tempo. Still, it's not flawless. Without armor plating, it remains vulnerable to large-scale elemental attacks like lava or acidic steam, which can corrode its chakra structure. The chakra demand also becomes significant. Itachi's failing vision proved how taxing this stage can be to maintain. Strategically, the Skeletal Susanoo excels in mid-range combat, ideal for overwhelming powerful foes without overexerting chakra reserves. It marks a crucial evolutionary step, the transformation of Susano'o from a reactive defense into an independent, fearsome warrior avatar, capable of both offense and defense in perfect harmony. Level 4, Humanoid Susanoo. The Humanoid Susanoo marks the moment when this iconic jutsu evolves from a skeletal monster into a towering chakra warrior. No longer just bones, it gains a muscular, human-like form, complete with defined arms, a torso, a head, and in advanced users, even legs. It's not just an evolution, it's a metamorphosis. The Susanoo now resembles a true guardian deity, radiating immense power and intimidation. Defensively, this form is leagues beyond the skeletal version. During Sasuke's battle with Danzo, even wind release attacks could only strip away the outer chakra layer. They couldn't pierce through. Offensively, this is where things explode. The humanoid Susanoo can now wield massive weapons of pure chakra. Sasuke's version fired chakra bows, Itachi's brandished the Totsuka blade and Yata mirror, while Madara's multi-armed form swung giant swords and hurled Tomoe-shaped shuriken capable of crushing entire armies. In one of his most iconic feats, Madara summoned dozens of Susanoo clones in this form to overwhelm the Five Kage simultaneously. Pure chaos. Of course, that kind of power comes at a cost. The chakra drain is brutal. Even Itachi, a master of control, nearly collapsed after brief use. Its limited speed also leaves it vulnerable against perfect Susanoo. Strategically, though, it's ideal for large-scale or elite confrontations where offense and defense must coexist. Standing above the skeletal stage, the humanoid Susanoo represents mastery over the Mangekyō Sharingan, an achievement only a few Uchiha in history, like Fugaku, Itachi, Sasuke, and Madara, ever reached. Level 5, Armored Susanoo. When Susan puts on its armor, things get serious. The Armored Susanoo takes everything great about the humanoid version and reinforces it. Literally. Covered in thick, chakra-forged plating, this stage transforms the spectral warrior into a near-impenetrable fortress. The armor isn't for aesthetics. It's the barrier between surviving a hit and being obliterated. Every layer adds resilience, allowing the user to shrug off almost any attack. Visually, this form usually manifests only as an upper body, torso, arms, and head encased in armor. Despite its partial form, its defense far surpasses the previous stage. Most jutsu barely leave a scratch, and only someone like Hashirama Senju could realistically break through it. For everyone else, forget it. You're not touching the shinobi inside that armored shell. The only rare exception was Itachi, who once stepped outside his Susanoo entirely, symbolically protecting it rather than relying on it for protection. However, that kind of defense comes with a trade-off. The armored Susanoo is bulky and slower than the legged humanoid version, trading agility for sheer endurance. Strategically, it excels in large-scale warfare, where overwhelming force outweighs precision. When armies clash or massive techniques are unleashed, this form becomes a one-man war machine, destruction incarnate. On the evolutionary scale, the Armored Susanoo represents near-complete mastery of the Mangekyō Sharingan. It's not quite perfection, but it's close. A staggering display of chakra power that bridges the gap between the humanoid and the final, godlike Perfect Susanoo form. Level 6, Perfect Susanoo. The Perfect Susanoo is the pinnacle of Uchiha power, an enormous, divine warrior that embodies the ultimate form of this legendary technique. Comparable in size to a tailed beast, and in Hagoromo's case, the Ten Tails itself, it's no longer just a chakra shell, but a fully realized war god, complete with Tengu-like features, wings, and intricately detailed armor. This stage transforms Susano'o from a shield into a weapon of mass destruction, A single swing of its colossal blade can cleave mountains, rivaling or surpassing a tailed beast bomb in raw destructive power. Users like Sasuke and Madara weaponize it uniquely. Sasuke fuses Amaterasu into its attacks, while Madara unleashes volleys of Yasuka Magatama that devastate entire battlefields. With its vast wings, the perfect Susanoo gains flight, granting aerial dominance, unmatched range, and complete freedom of movement, turning it into a living fortress capable of offense and defense in perfect harmony. However, such overwhelming might comes at a tremendous cost. The chakra drain is extreme. Even masters of the eternal Mangekyō Sharingan like Sasuke and Madara can sustain it only briefly before exhaustion sets in. Prolonged use risks physical collapse, leaving the user vulnerable once the form fades. Only a select few have ever reached this divine transformation, Madara, Sasuke, and Hagoromo among them. For them, the perfect Susanoo isn't just a jutsu, it's the ultimate expression of Uchiha mastery, a colossal symbol of divine power that redefines what it means to be a shinobi god. Level 7 Combination Form. The Combination Form Susanoo represents the ultimate fusion of powers when shinobi decide to go all in. This stage pushes the complete body Susanoo beyond its limits by merging it with other legendary abilities, creating divine-level warriors that defy imagination. The most iconic example is Sasuke's majestic attire Susanoo, achieved by combining his Susanoo with Naruto's Kurama. The result? A colossal, glowing titan wrapped in purple armor, wielding unmatched destructive might. Madara pioneered this fusion earlier, but Sasuke and Naruto's synchronized version became the most legendary display of teamwork and power in shinobi history. Then there's Kakashi Hatake, who unlocked a blue, ethereal Susanoo after receiving Six Paths Chakra and Obito's dual Mangekyō Sharingan. His version possessed Kamui abilities, allowing it to phase through space and strike across dimensions, a terrifying fusion of precision and divinity. And of course, Sasuke's Indra mode stands as the pinnacle of fusion power. Using his Susanoo as a vessel to contain Tailed Beast Chakra, infused with Six Paths energy, he fired Indra's arrow, a planet-splitting attack seen during his final battle with Naruto. These hybrid forms elevated Susanoo from a jutsu to godhood itself. However, such transcendence demands absurd chakra reserves, making them nearly impossible for ordinary shinobi. Even prodigies like Madara had to evolve through every Susanoo stage, while Kakashi, ever the anomaly, summoned his perfect version instantly through sheer compatibility and Six Paths empowerment.